Hello friends, I hope you all are doing well. This video is the ninth lecture of my 14 days beginners to advanced level pivot table course. If you have missed the previous videos, you can walk through the playlist provided in the description section and watch the video of your choice. In my last few videos, I am discussing about different ways to import data from different Excel workbooks and different Excel worksheets using Power Pivot and Power Query. But in today's video, I am going to share something different because working with our real life applications requires effective data handling skills. In today's video, I am going to use Power Query, and the formula that I am going to share with you may seem difficult, but if you carefully follow the steps, you will be able to work with any type of data set in your daily tasks. So let me show you the problem first. Let's say my company has regional offices in different countries, and I send the request to all the offices to share the information of their employees. Although the format I shared with them was in English, means my headers were in English, and I was expecting that they would send me the information following these headers. They sent the information, but they replaced the original header names with the native language names. Here you can see that they followed the name header, but for department and for salary, they have replaced the headers with their native language. And in my third sheet, you can see they are using other header names. And my task is to combine the information from all these sheets into one single sheet. But it is not easy to do because my headers are not same. If I try to copy paste the information into one master sheet, then it will require a lot of time. I am going to do this with Power Query. But in order to do this, you need to perform some calculations. So let's begin with our today's video. At first, you need to open the empty Excel workbook, and here you have to design a mapping table. So what this mapping table will contain? It will contain the name of headers that you received from different countries, and then you have to add another column in which you can mention the names that you want to replace the received information with. Okay, here you can see that I have a list of all the headers that I received in my sheets from different countries' offices, and then I added the other column in which I have mentioned the names I want to see in my master sheet. And after adding the columns, I have converted this range into table. And here you can see I have given the table a name mapping. So once you created the mapping table of your information, go to Power Query in the main tab, and from here select from table/range. The Power Query Navigator dashboard will appear. In this dashboard, go to Home tab, and in Home tab you will find the option of Close and Load. Click on it and click on Close and Load to. And in the dialog box, click on Only Create Connection and click on Load. So now we have loaded our mapping table into the Power Query. Our next task is to import all the files that we received from different offices into the Power Query. For that purpose, again go to Power Query in the main tab, and then go to From File, and from File go to From Folder. Now select the folder where your files are sitting. Click on the folder name, press OK, and from here also press OK. And here you can see the dashboard is showing me all the files that were sitting in my original folder. Okay, so instead of going with the combine option, I am going to edit these files because I know my headers are not same. So click on edit, and here you can see the dashboard of Power Query. Click on the two arrows that are appearing in the right corner of the main column, and here another dialog box will appear showing you the content of your imported worksheets. Here you can see my Excel workbooks contains one sheet and one table that is referred to as salary table. Okay. I have converted all the information in my Excel workbooks into table and I have named them as T underscore salary in all the workbooks that I have imported here. Okay. So click on T salary because we are concerned with the information existing in the tables and click on OK. Now here the Power Query is showing me the sample information. This sample file contains all the information that was originally existing in different Excel workbooks. Here you can see this is the information of employee list 1 file. Then after this I have information extracted from employee list 2 and here you can see most of the information is missing because headers were different, and if we scroll it down then you can see that most of the information from different Excel workbooks are missing. Now our target is to work with these headers to make them consistent, right? Cancel this step, change type, because at present we do not have all the information, so we are not really concerned with it. So whenever you try to work with such information, remember to cross this step, otherwise you will not get the desired results. Okay, so just cross it from here and keep the expanded table column 1 as your last step. Now, in order to perform the calculations, go to this step titled as transform sample file from info. Okay, click on that and here you can see it is currently showing you your first file as a sample file. So let's type our formula here and see what we will get here in our sample file. Our goal is to replace these headers with salary and department. Okay. So let's begin with typing the formula. Click on that FX to activate the formula application and here you can see the name of the table that was existing in all Excel workbooks. Type here, let's create some space and I am going to type here table dot transform column names. So it is evident from this command that we want to change our column names, right? This command has basically two inputs. The first is your information tables that are existing in different sheets, and then second, it expects us to enter the function that will carry out the replacement of name task. Okay, for that purpose, type each because we want to change the name of each column and then type list.accumulate. Your list.accumulate function also has three different inputs. List.accumulate is a complex function and requires a dedicated session to understand. But if you carefully follow the steps that I am going to apply here, you will be able to apprehend its application. Okay? This is basically the function in Power Query that will perform the replacement task. So it basically requires the list which it has to follow. You are familiar with the fact that our mapping table is a table and is not a list. So we have to convert this mapping table into our list to be used by list.accumulate formula. For that purpose, we have to type table dot to records and within parentheses type mapping. Mapping is basically the name of our mapping table that I have showed you at the beginning of this lecture. So whatever you enter the name of your table, you are supposed to mention that name here. Okay. Then insert comma. Then we have to enter the underscore. Then again insert comma and within parentheses type state dot grunt. Okay, and keep them in lowercase, then add equal to greater than sign. Let me press shift enter to make it wide. Okay, and then type text dot replace. Now we are going to mention the text that we want to replace with the original text. Now start the parenthesis, again start the parenthesis and type state close the parenthesis, insert comma, and then type grunt because you have used grunt here. So whatever font you have used here, you are supposed to exactly use the same font here. Okay. Then start square bracket and then you have to enter the name of the header that you mentioned in your mapping table. So my first header was received. Be very careful to follow the same font of the header that you actually mentioned in your main table, because if you make any mistake here in the font or in spelling, your formula won't work. Now close the square bracket, insert comma, and then we want to replace this received information with the original information. So original was the title of my second column in the mapping table. Close the parenthesis 3 times. Okay, so this is your formula. It begins with table dot transform column names. Then we enter the name of table that was existing in all the Excel workbooks. I have 5 different Excel workbooks received from different countries with the employee information, and I converted information in all the Excel workbooks into tables, and then I provided the name of each table as T salary. Okay, so each of my Excel workbook contains the table with name T salary. Then we want to change the name of each header in our Excel workbooks. That's why I have used each, and then I have used the formula list.accumulate, which allows you to replace most of your information in one go. Then I have used the formula table.toRecords to convert my mapping table into lists. After that, I have placed underscore and mentioned the states. States are basically representing my previous and current information. And then I have used the formula text.replace to change my received information with original information. Original information basically represents the headers that I want to show in my master sheet. Press enter. And here you can see that your headers of sample files have been replaced. Now let's see the overall impact on our large amount of data, because our sample file was showing the information only from one workbook. So let's say what we have achieved in the information that was extracted by Power Query from all Excel workbooks. For that purpose, go to info, and here you can see I am seeing the headers name, salary, department, and Power Query is showing me all the information accurately extracted from employee list 1 file, and all the information is accurately extracted from all the workbooks under the header names, name, salary, and department, right? Now let's remove this column because we don't need that. Click on column header and press delete. And here we are with the required information, that is name, salary, and department. Let's change their formats. Here I am seeing that name is in number format, which is not right. Click on that small icon that is showing ABC123. Click on that. This is basically your format changer, and here I want name as text. Okay, let's convert the salary into currency value. Okay, and let's change the department to text. Right now our information is ready to load into the Excel workbook. So let's go to home tab and click on close and load. Click on close and load to, and it is showing us the option of new worksheet. Click on load, and here we are with our combined and consolidated information, right? So this is the way to combine the information that contains different headers using Power Query. If you liked the today's video, then don't forget to hit like. If you are new to my channel, then do subscribe to it so that you can benefit from upcoming videos. Try to experiment this technique with your information and let me know with your experience in the comment section. Thank you for your time. Stay blessed. Have a good day.